Excuse me! My name is... Can I have the attention of the class? For 1 second. My name is... Hi, kids. Do you like Primus?
What the hell are you doing in my house? Get out before I call the police! Hello, everybody. Michael is here. Anyways, welcome one and all to my first ever fully edited rant. Except it's not actually a rant, because I am not in a ranting mood today. I'm in a commentary mood. Cars on the road. I'm in a commentary mood. And boy oh boy do I have some nice commentary material for you today. It's about the Wolfychu controversy. For those of you who don't know who she is, she's an animator with over 2 million subscribers and is most well known for having an extremely high-pitched voice. And now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of what her voice sounds like.
I wanted my own puppy so badly. Somehow I believed that surely eventually my mom would end up getting us one. I remember when I was trying to convince her to get a dog, I would tell her things like how she wouldn't even have to buy a food bowl because she could use my spare Barbie cereal bowl instead.
Now, the drama that surrounded her recently was due to a bunch of dumbasses who don't know how science works, assuming that her voice is fake without any actual proof. Cries on, Papa Timmy, soccer turtles. So, is her voice indeed fake? Short answer, no. Long answer, keep watching. Now, some of you might be wondering, but Michael, isn't that drama old now? Why are you still talking about it? Well, you see, the thing is, this video specifically is a bit different. No matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find anyone else who commentated on this specific video, so awesome. I'm probably going to be the first one. Now that that's out of the way, let the bullshit begin. Play that shit. Honey, there's a big difference between disagreeing with a subjective opinion and not knowing what the hell you're talking about. And yes, I know some of you will go nuts in the comments about subjectivity. So if you're still gonna use that argument now, then
shut the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here.
Kick it off with an amazing video that will probably get me lots of...
You're goddamn right.
So, without further ado, the person we'll be talking about today is the infamous Wolfychu, animator. Well,
that's really gonna come back to bite you in the ass later. Especially that animator part.
Very annoying. The thing about Wolfychu is I actually used to be a fan of hers. You can tell the kind of person I am. So, why can't I speak? Why am I not a fan of hers anymore?
You're going to regret that.
You just got roasted, son.
Now, this, I feel, is the reason that she does not want to show her face, actually. You can tell in her voice that she's obviously trying too hard to keep this kind of thing up. She doesn't want...
And how about that? We literally just started your actual points, and already we have a problem. Care to provide any context about how you came to that conclusion? I mean, If this is true about her, you obviously know something I don't. You have to prove your claim. If you have evidence other than a personal hunch, then show it.
Seen as, this average girl.
Oh snap, guys. She got us there. No, she actually didn't. Why would you care, Stick? Why do you care whether she does a face reveal or not? On top of that, first of all, Wolfychu herself even said in that exact same video that she didn't plan on keeping it a secret forever.
I just don't feel comfortable showing my face on the internet. Maybe I'll change my mind one day, but now just isn't the right time. I know that it can't stay a secret forever.
And by the way, this is somewhat of a common trait that these rants seem to have. They all get upset at Wolfychu for that video, in which, to sum it all up, she was shy and didn't want her content to change.
Things the way they are right now. I don't want things to change.
And she implied that a face reveal would cause something like that, which it would. It happened to Pyro Cynical too after his face was revealed by Keemstar. That's how it works. My voice changed from a badass to an even more badass. Anyways, now you might say that being a big YouTuber automatically means being part of the public eye. And to that, I say, oh, to the shit. Because H2O Delirious has never shown his face, and he has 12 million subscribers. And let me tell you this, if you're mad at him for not showing his face, then please go see a doctor, because you definitely have a pretty bad case of the stupids. Second of all, do you know the actual major reasons as to why some YouTubers don't choose to show their faces?
Seen as, this average girl, like, we'll say, typical.
Maybe in your little fantasy land, but not in real life, sweetheart. It's because of privacy reasons. If you're a big YouTuber and you show your face, this will have major consequences. Even if you don't count the ones Wolfychu herself actually described, the bigger consequences would be that big YouTubers have big audiences. And if you're recognized in a public place, chances are you'll be swarmed by rabid fans wanting to meet you. And even worse, I know this is an extreme example, but some people will want you dead, even if you've done nothing wrong. And if they know who to look for, it'll become way easier to hurt or in some cases kill you, because now they know exactly what your face looks like. And by the way, Stick, this is only 2 minutes of your actual video. Like, buddy, when there is this much to criticize about a video in 2 minutes, I pray for what the rest of your video has in store for me. I really do. Also, need I remind you that you're not showing your face and you're putting on a persona, yet you're criticizing Wolfychu for doing exactly that. Who's to say that this argument can't easily be applied to you? That's a double standard, even for you.
Well, if that ain't the big fat pot calling the kettle black!
Please don't be a reoccurring issue. Please don't be a reoccurring issue. Please don't be a reoccurring issue.
Next thing they'll be talking about is her quote-unquote animation. Now, the reason I say quote-unquote is because it's not.
She doesn't claim that they are animations. Where are you going with this?
If you look at most of her videos, they'll consist of, looped walking animation, which isn't even smooth, barely any movement. And that's the problem with animation memes on their own, but I guess that's for another.
Hey guys, let's play a game. It's called How Many Examples Can I List Off That Prove That Stick Here Is Full of Shit? Losing my mind. Forget. Forest Ray. Oh me. Tangled up.
Perfect Avenue, down the road to both of you. Did I go Dutch? This is too much. With all the money in the world, you could never buy this girl quite enough. It will be tough. If romancing me with neons is something you should do.
Hungry. Cola.
We got that Coca-Cola bottle, shake, shake, shake. We got the sugar, do you wanna taste, taste, taste?
Momotaro? Hope I'm pronouncing that.
Give it time. Oh, you guys. Only,
And I am the man.
No, I ain't too flawless, and no, I ain't the best, and no, I don't say sorry, and no, I ain't perfect, but I am the man.
I could go on, but I think you get the point. While forgetting to include a few minor examples is completely acceptable, there is absolutely no excuse for generalizing the entire channel based on the examples that you actually bother to show. You can dislike Wolfie's content all you want, but if you say that she doesn't do animation, then you don't know what you're talking about.
She blurs the lines between animatic and animation, and that's just awful.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh, stop fucking lying.
Yep. How dare she mislead people about animation? I mean, it's not like she has a description saying what the video is. No. She's a terrible person. For those of you who don't have more than one brain cell, that was sarcasm. In all seriousness, sweetie, I'm sorry, but I can read. If you actually take the time to look at her descriptions, even the ones that are titled as animatics are called animatics / animations in her descriptions. I think the Metal Blade 5 says it best.
Now, it's perfectly fine to critique someone's artwork or just not like it at all, as long as you're not a jerk about it. That's pretty much necessary if you want to be an artist. It's just that I've never seen Wolfychu refer to her main videos as animations. She calls them storytime videos. And aside from the aforementioned collab with Odd Ones Out, as well as Katzen, she hasn't done anything animation related in those. The closest she's done to animations are animatics, which are not exactly the same thing. Even in the videos that are titled animations, they are also referred to as animatics in the description. Plus, with me coming across a lot more drawing YouTubers recently, I also know that there are other people whose videos consist of purely drawings and animatics. So why is it only an issue of...
Speaking of the Metal Blade 5, I'm gonna link his video on the Wolfychu controversy in the description down below. For the most part, he made a lot of good points. A few minor issues here and there, but nothing major. And by the way, after what I've heard in this point in time, I'm taking notes from now on. let me repeat what she just said.
She blurs the lines between animatic and animation, and that's just awful.
Let me get this straight. You're upset because you think she blurs the line between animatic and animation. And because you feel this way, you think that's awful.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
I don't think I need to say anymore.
Now, an animatic is an animation that's in the works. It's a workshop animation, and it's intended to be finished. So you're not supposed to color them. If something's not finished, you're not going to go ahead and color.
You are made of stupid.
That's not what animatic means, you uncultured swine. It means unfinished animation. It doesn't mean it's going to be finished. Nor does it mean they can't be colored. Plus, like I've already said, she very clearly states that they are animatics/animations. This is a stupid point, and you should feel stupid for making it. You added this segment to prove that apparently she's lazy, but the only thing you've managed to prove, as of now, is how shitty of a content creator you truly are. Like, seriously, do you hear yourself? But hey, that's my retort.
Next is something I feel like I should touch on, but it's more an actual problem. The rest, she's an annoying cutesy idol anime girl. So what? Her animation is awful. She doesn't deserve the place where she's got, but she blew up.
Oh, goody. Can't wait to see what this point has in store for me.
This is just one of the most scummy things you can do on YouTube, at least. And she manipulates the YouTube algorithm. What I mean by this is she'll tag videos, and yes, this is actually against the rules, so, but she won't get called out for it. 'Cause her fans will riot YouTube. Basically, she just tags videos with stuff that's not even related to the videos. She tags it with Jaden animations, Odd Ones Out,
Oh, there's actually a lot to unpack here. First of all, let me get this straight. It's okay for you to title the video, Why I Don't Like Wolfychu, and a disclaimer, both of which imply that it's entirely based on subjectivity, when that's anything but the case. But it's horrible for Wolfychu to use fake tags that you can't even see. Wow, that's another double standard. Second of all, how exactly are we supposed to know that she actually does this? You don't show the full screenshot, nor do you show a tutorial on how to see the video tags, so your audience has to take your word for it, which your audience should never have to do unless you literally have no other choice. On top of that, let's look at all the examples that you've actually shown. And let's also apply the logic, the fact that this video was made in July 24th of 2018. Sorry, that was a typo in my script. Now, let's look at all your examples and see how relevant they still are. Weird things that scare me. March 24th of 2018, 4 months before your video. Second, Notice Me Senpai, May 6th, 2018. Third is the most recent example, but still very outdated, as it was uploaded May 20th, 2018, which was her Living With My Voice video. If you need proof of this, I will link all of those videos in the description. My overall point here is you don't provide proper evidence that she still does this, even under the assumption that you actually did it correctly. and that Wolfychu uploads at least twice a month. Third of all, you do realize this is one of the lesser forms of clickbait, right? If not the least big of a deal form of clickbait, if that makes any sense. You can't see the tags, so they aren't exactly misleading when you act like they are. And even then, YouTube's current state, especially after the adpocalypse, makes it to where just going against the guidelines at this specific level doesn't exactly matter. At least, not as much as it used to. So it really seems like you're just making a mountain out of a molehill. How about that? You don't give us a tutorial on how to find the tags, you don't show the full screenshots, and you made it out to be a way bigger deal than it actually was. Yeah, you should have double-checked your sources, buddy. Man, we haven't even finished the video yet, and already this video is full of epic fails. Stick thinks it's bad to clickbait, but it's a-okay to blatantly lie. Also, how long is this video again? 11 minutes.
Oh, you've gotta be kidding me!
I want to talk to you guys about this app called Quid. It's this really cool app that lets you download and trade stickers, GIFs, and 3D figures that you can save onto your phone keyboard to use in text messages with your friends.
First things first, don't download Quid. What you should do is stop being lazy, get pictures off of the internet, and just send those. Why? Why do you need this?
Because YouTubers make money off of sponsorships.
I think that having a voice like this probably meant that I got bullied a lot growing up. But nope, nobody really cared back then. There was this one girl in high school who started picking on me a bit though. It was kind of weird.
Now this seems like a really Curb Your Wolfychu moment to me. Were you or were you not bullied? You can't have the best of both worlds, I'm sorry. Do you want sympathy, or do you want to tell the truth? Because you weren't bullied for your voice, because...
The girl started to talk to me. She was asking me questions like, "What's your name?" or "How old are you?" And whenever I answered, she would repeat what I said to the other girls and try to imitate my voice while they all just laughed. I remember being really upset by this because my voice is something that I can't change about myself.
Was I the only one who heard that you didn't get bullied in school?
You might think that having a voice like this probably meant that I got bullied a lot growing up, but no. And then she stopped me as I was about to walk away, and she put her hand on my cheek and said, "You're really pretty. You look like a little porcelain doll." I thought that was kind of weird, but I took it as her trying to give me a compliment, and I just carried on with my day.
But I thought you said that you weren't bullied.
This probably meant that I got bullied a lot growing up, but nope, nobody really cared back then.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
Not only because you talk like this,
but because you literally tell a story about being bullied because of your voice. In this video.
On her voice. What Wolfychu does in her videos is she usually manipulates her voice, which means she'll make it higher or lower to appeal to more people.
Wolfychu does this really annoying Lily Peachy thing where she makes her voice go higher than it really should go. Except when Lily Peachy does it, she at least does it more naturally. But Wolfychu's voice is just very fake.
The thing is, her voice is fake. There's many voice changing apps, and it certainly wouldn't be difficult for Wolfychu to get her hands.
Real cliffhanger earlier. I just want to say that 2 select videos of hers I truly have a problem with. To start, her living with her voice video, which is full of hypocrisies that can't even really be explained very well, because it's so obvious that it's been faked. It's just so obvious that she faked the stories in this video. Either that, or she just is completely, not able to write. Because she goes into the video first by first talking about the controversy surrounding her voice. She then says, "You probably think that having a voice like this probably mean that I got bullied a lot growing up, but nope, nobody really cared back then." Then she proceeds to tell stories.
She uses a very anime high-pitched voice that sounds very forced. There's many videos on YouTube that's already debunking them, so I'm not really going into this deeply, but I personally think that Wolfychu is kind of forcing this anime voice so it fits her persona a little bit better and stuff, so I don't think that her voice is real, and...
Stupid raccoon.
Don't call me a raccoon!
I'm sorry. I took it too far. I meant trash panda.
Is that better?
I don't know. It's worse. It's so much worse.
Well, it's official. At this point, I have lost all faith in humanity. Wait a minute. That's not possible. There was none of that to begin with. Silly me. Anyways, you probably all know this point by now. It's mostly well known from the incredibly infamous Leafy ripoff, Papa Timmy.
This probably meant that I got bullied a lot growing up, but nope, nobody really cared back then.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
Not only because you talk like this,
But because you literally tell a story about being bullied because of your voice. In this video.
Well there, Timmy boy, I would have to say that point of yours doesn't make a lot of sense because, well, you know what? If Stick's gonna be lazy here, so am I. I'm just gonna let Manga Common explain this.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
No, it doesn't, because Wolfychu says this.
There was this one girl in high school who started picking on me a bit though.
That implies that this was an exception, but in general she didn't get any different treatment. You see, there are these things called words, and they can change the meaning of what people say. I know! It's a revolutionary tactic! Also, with high school, it could be that she doesn't consider herself to be a kid during the high school days, but a young adult/teenager.
Also, Stick, do you even listen to the clips that you're showing us here? Like, do you even English, bro? She said she wasn't bullied growing up. When she says growing up, she's talking about early primary school and elementary school. Also, I love how you're willing to cut context. Here's the clip that you didn't show that apparently was so unimportant.
You might think that having a voice like this probably meant that I got bullied a lot growing up, but nope, nobody really cared back then. I get a lot more comments about my voice now that I'm on YouTube. Most of them are really nice and supportive, others not so much. I guess that back when I was growing up, all of us had squeaky voices, so mine didn't stand out as much.
And later on proceeds to say,
Everybody got older, their voices changed and got a lot lower, while my voice still stayed higher than everybody.
meaning that she wasn't bullied as a young kid, but she was bullied for it in high school because, newsflash, whenever you're in early elementary school, your voice is almost always high-pitched until that wonderful pain in the ass called puberty hits you for the first time. However, that doesn't mean there aren't any exceptions. In this case, everyone else's vocal ranges had gotten a lot deeper, while hers mostly stayed the same. I want to say you get points for trying, but I can't.
She and her friends came walking up to me to tease me again, but this time I was with my friend. The friend I was with was known as the athlete of the school, so everybody knew she was really tough.
Oh, well, the cute idol's got an athlete idol to follow her around.
I'm gonna need you all to remember this point.
Just as my bully was about to open her mouth to make fun of me, my friend raised her fist at her and made her back off.
So what you're saying is that this girl comes up to you and is going to make fun of your voice, so you get a friend who looks threatening. What if like she wasn't intimidated? What if the girl like wasn't intimidated by your friend?
Stick, are you saying that making up a what-if scenario that literally has nothing to do with the actual story proves that she is indeed lying about her story? Color me shocked. Also, you said that she had her friend with her because of the bully, which in fact is completely ridiculous. as in that exact clip you showed, she very clearly stated that she had the friend with her before the bully approached her that time. And to make this even worse, you're just pulling a what-if scenario out of somewhere, most likely out of your own anus. Stop making up bullshit. This doesn't prove anything. Like, at all.
Wasn't intimidated by your friend. Would this have broken into a fight? No. Why am I even arguing about this? It's not even real.
Which you have yet to prove.
The bully never approached me again after that day.
Okay, so hypothetically, if this story was real, the bully didn't approach you again because your friend who was with you once was... This doesn't make sense to me.
Well, first of all, how do you know Wolfychu's friend was only with her once? Second of all, she very clearly stated that the friend who was with her was extremely tough, bro. And her friend told the bully to back off and to not pick on her again. And it just stands to reason that if someone who is way tougher than you tells you not to do something, you're not going to do it. Also, I'm gonna go back to a point Stick made earlier. You're gonna see why.
The truth, because you weren't bullied for your voice, because it's fake. But I digress.
Hey Flowo, could you explain this for me?
What is my evidence for this? Well, here it is.
Hang on, just one channel probably.
Let's see if that fixes it.
Hang on. I'll have a listen.
I'm listening through my headphone.
Oh.
I don't know about you, but it sure as hell sounds like Jordan is in the same room as Wolfychu, but it's sort of echoing in his voice while he speaks, so... This is even further proven by the fact that Jordan can actually see and change the settings of the stream from the live stream in the software.
The audio so it can... Just try muting the audio. Hang on, just one channel probably.
Let's see if that fixes it.
Hang on. I'll have a listen.
I'm listening through my headphone.
Oh.
Did that fix it?
Yeah, it did.
If he's able to change and look at the settings of the live streaming software, that means that he has to be in the same room as Wolfychu where the computer that is live streaming is. And no, don't use the argument that it's a Discord call between Jordan and Wolfychu. This sounds nothing like a Discord call. The quality of Discord calls is usually much lower than this, and surely it would have glitched at one point if it was truly a Discord call.
Normally I would link Flowo's video in the description, but I think I've made my point. Plus, Flowo unlisted that video for a reason. Anyways, some of you might say that Wolfie's just forcing her voice, but I'm gonna provide valid proof to the contrary in a future video. Anyways, that's about it for the video for now, because the rest of the video is just Stick repeating herself and, of course, just like the rest of the video, pulling bullshit out of her ass, which, by the way, is not America's ass.
Stop with this video because it can mostly be summed up in just like everybody gets made fun of at one point in their life. People literally just pick things out about people that that bother them, like you're not special.
Also, Stick, just to clarify
Anymore. Well, all your questions will be answered in this here video. Maybe, I don't know.
Here's a question. How does your own medicine taste? Anyways, time for final thoughts. As for the Wolfychu drama itself, wow. Just wow. I did not think people could be this stupid. As for you, Stick, this was the first video you ever made, and, by extension, was the first video I've ever seen from you. And, man, this might actually be one of the worst first impressions I've ever had towards any YouTube channel, period. It's just a terrible start for you. Throughout this video, you blatantly make assumptions with no proof, you instantly jump to conclusions, and you cut out important context that completely kills your argument. And worst of all, the majority of the video is just you blatantly pulling bullshit out of your ass. Hell, I'd even say you played the victim card, since you said this.
An amazing video that will probably get me lots of hate.
Oh, boo-hoo, poor you. I mean, damn. I knew humanity was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. And as for one of the points I made earlier, I know her video came before most of the other rants on Wolfie and before the live stream, but up until very, very recently, Stick showed no intentions of actually improving and still stood by her video long after all her points were debunked. Don't believe me? Here's the proof. Is this what controversy has come to? Blatantly overlooking the simplest of details? No joke. Have we, as a race, gone so far downhill that we're desperate for drama like this? Finally, before I end this video, there are two more arguments made against Wolfychu that I would like to tackle as well. That being, one, the argument about lowering the pitch of her voice.
With her mouth closed, stuff like that. I'm gonna compare it.
Hi everyone, this is Wolfychu. On my last couple of storytime videos, I noticed a lot of comments about my voice.
Alright, so that was her voice quote-unquote normal. Now we're gonna lower it down to 4/5.
Hi everyone, this is Wolfychu.
So now we're going to compare that to her live.
Hi everyone, this is Wolfychu. On my last couple of storytime videos, I noticed a lot of comments about my voice. I used to be really shy about my voice, so it's really nice to see so many supportive comments.
Hey man, where's the stuff I really want to listen to?
Thank you for that. I'm sure a lot of
Yeah, that's a lot better.
and also her supposed voice inconsistency.
So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how Wolfychu uses her voice for views and subs. The first thing we're going to do is compare her voice from her first video and her last video.
Hello everyone, this is Wolfychu, and I just wanted to say thank you all so much for 100,000 subscribers. That is insane. When I first made this channel, I never thought that it would get so far and so fast. Hi everyone, this is Wolfychu, and you know how in every school there's always at least one teacher that seems kind of weird or just really different from the others? Or those teachers that seem to either love you or hate you for no particular...
And now, let me knock both of those points right out of the park. As for lowering the pitch of her voice, literally anyone can do that. It doesn't mean it's your real voice.
I can lower my pitch too.
If anything, this actually gives more evidence that her voice isn't fake, as whenever you start to change it, she starts to sound like the Terminator's female equivalent. As for her supposed voice inconsistency, yeah, it could just be that she was just recording late at night and didn't want to wake anyone up. Hell, I've actually done that myself and sounded similar, say, earlier in this video. It doesn't mean it's how you normally sound. Yeah, these examples don't actually prove anything about her, like, at all. On top of that, when taking another look at Wolfychu's channel, I realized just how cherry-picked this one example truly was. To prove my point, let's take a look at some of her other videos with her voice and see how accurate this truly is.
And I really wish that kind of thing wouldn't exist because it really hurts some people, and I've seen my own viewers saying that they want to post their art online but they don't want to end up in a cringe comp, so they're afraid to post anything, which I think is terrible. Hi everyone, this is Wolfychu. Most of us have had jobs before. Some jobs might be really good and you might be really happy working there for a long time, but a lot of times jobs can be really bad and just don't turn out to be when the teacher suddenly stormed over and started yelling at me for not paying attention in class. I'm the type of person who really can't handle people yelling at me, so I just started to cry. The people sitting next to me were trying to comfort me, but I'm not sure if anyone else is like this, but for some reason, whenever people try to comfort me when I'm crying, it makes me cry even more. I was so embarrassed. I could tell that my face was probably the color of a tomato. Number 3 was my favorite number. I remember being 3 years old and being so happy about it, but then my birthday came around and I refused to get any older.
You see, it's not Wolfychu changing her voice to fit her persona, it's the other way around. Anyways, I think I've said enough for now. I'll see you in the next commentary. Have a good one. Michael is no longer here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to continue dancing to some Eminem.
But they screaming at me. 99% of my life I was lied to. I just found out my mom does more dope than I do. I told her I'd grow up to be a famous rapper. Make a record about doing drugs and named after. You know you grew up when the women rush the stand. Try to touch your hands like some screaming understand. Guys by the castle ask for my autograph. So I said, dear Dave, thanks for the support, asshole. My name is
Wait, are you still in my house? I told you to get the hell out.